Monitors. I guess we're gonna talk about some monitors today, Dave. A little pre-CES action.
Yep.
I guess this one here, we want to get into. There's some really cool stuff coming on the horizon. I mean, I guess the king of the monitor for the Mac, nothing, and I guess you could use it for PC if you wanted to. Then would be the Studio Display, but at $1,600, 5K monitor. And if you have another $400 in your pocket, you can actually move the monitor up and down. So that's cool. Knowing what's coming out. Knowing I think we got some good competitors coming out very soon, and let's chat about those a little bit. So, Dave, why don't you jump right in and introduce us here to, I guess, the Dell?
Yeah. So this is Dell came out with two new of their with Thunderbolt, which is their ultra sharp line of what they call their elite productivity monitors. I still have a problem calling them productivity monitors based on what they are because it's a high end monitor. But the one big thing I like about these are there's a 34 and there's a 40-inch version of this. They're both Thunderbolt 4, which is very, very cool. I wish the 34 had some of the features of the 40, which is, yeah, exactly. They put this, what they call a dock, USB dock coming out of the bottom of the 40-inch. I don't understand why they did not put this coming out of the bottom of the 34. I think a 40-inch curved is just too big for the desk. My personal opinion, the 34 would have been really nice, still a little bit large, but if it had that dock, it probably would have been on my hope to get one list on that one. But again, this is the first Thunderbolt 4s we saw because if you look at if you're trying to compete with Apple on this, their studio display is only Thunderbolt 3, which is still 40 gigs per second. I don't think it's a big deal, but this thing has a multitude of ports across it. You can run anything. I mean, you can technically, the Ethernet port, I've tried to figure out why you put that on a PC because you can actually run it. I don't know if it's a pass-through or not. I'm trying to remember. I saw another monitor with one not too long ago. But the fit and finish on these look nice. I mean, it's one hell of a monitor, especially at 5K.
These also have their web TV type thing. Was it Tizen, whatever they want to call it?
No, that's the
Nothing.
Samsung,
So,
not the
that's
Dell's.
the Samsung. That's
Yeah,
right.
Samsung.
So
Yep.
this doesn't have a web TV capability. That's
Nope.
right.
No, this is
Okay.
pure monitor.
Okay, I was going to give them maybe the Ethernet port for that, but I guess I got to take that one back. Nothing. These are interesting. So I don't know if it showed in here. They are Thunderbolt, and they also have DisplayPort 1.4, which is good.
Yeah. So go back down. That actually talked about why they had a network connection on Ethernet connection. Scroll back down just a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Right there. They each have an RJ45 Ethernet port that supports Pixie Boot, macOS pass-through, and Wake on LAN features. But don't most of your PCs have that functionality or Macs? So I don't get what the point of that is.
I mean, granted, you're using this as the hub consolidator, so maybe if you want to keep your cables tucked away.
Yeah.
I think here's the other thing I think is interesting too is look at these resolutions. So I mean,
yeah,
we're getting 5K over here, stuff like that. But I think you got to be careful. If you're comparing these to the studio display, be careful because the pixels per inch here is a lot lower. Now, granted, it's in a very safe zone. If you're going to use these for a Mac, the 110 range is really where you want to be to have nice crisp text and not to have the CPU do all the rendering capabilities to make it look proper. Because ultimately you're going to have some scaling issues otherwise. But the one that I think is actually closer to that because you need to really be at 5K at 27 inches to hit the 220-ish range, which is where the studio display is.
I think you did the math.
Samsung makes this guy here, the Viewfinity S9, at 27 inches at true 5K. Now, this is much closer to the studio display. It's also matching its price pretty close too, except you're not spending another $400 to be able to move it up and down.
Nope. It's got a 4K webcam on. It's everything at a $1,599 price point, which for 5K I think is good, but still, I don't know if I'd buy it, but that's just me. I like the monitor over the Apple one though.
Yeah, if you're going apples to apples, no pun intended here. Maybe it was intended. I don't know. And the Viewfinity S9, I think, is a better purchase right now, only for the fact that one, you get the stand. Okay, we'll leave that as it is. The camera, I think, is better, although Apple's trying to address that in software. I don't know that they're going to be able to do that. But all in all, I think this is again pixel density, it's where you want to be at 5K. The DC3 gamut is really good. And if you do reduce the resolution down to 2K, you can get to 120 hertz. So if you're a gamer or something like that,
Yeah.
connect a PC to this. Yeah, that's fine. 120
And
hertz.
this
More
is the one
respectable.
that runs Tizen, so you can actually use it as a TV at your desk, which
That's right.
I don't know a whole lot of people do it unless you're college
Oh,
kids,
look at that.
maybe. I
You
don't
can
know.
make
Yeah.
it sideways.
It's a gorgeous panel.
There it
It's
is.
a huge upgrade from the M8 that kind of kicked off all this against the Apple with a 32 inch. But this is within, I think, 0.5% of the same pixel density as the Studio. I think Studio is 220, and this is like 215, 216 pixels per inch.
Yeah.
Not trying to get speeds and feeds, but it's so freaking close. I would
It's
get this
close
over
enough
the
to
Apple.
be considered Retina display. And I think it'd be fine. And if you're looking to save some money, and I want a 32-inch display because that's what the M8 is.
Yeah.
At 4K, because that's where this one falls. You can get these as low, I assume, as low as $399 now.
Yeah.
They're very iMac-ish like.
It's a good monitor
now, but for $300-$400, it's a good monitor. I think when we introduced this, if you look at one of our old videos, this was coming in around closer to $700, I think, when it released.
Yeah, when the M8 released, it was $799, and they had a $699 version too, if I remember correctly.
Correct.
Because they did not have a 27-inch; they had only a 32 at the time.
Correct. So you can get this one relatively inexpensive now if you're looking for more of the look than the actual specs. If you're looking for the specs, this Viewfinity S9 is going to be great. And again, there's nothing wrong with these Dells. Just be careful what if you're thinking Retina display, it is not. No. But if you want ultra wide and you want to push into the 5K range at 40 inches, this is a good one. And again, the hub is second to none.
No, I like these. They've got. I can see a business use case for them. The Samsung I like a little bit better than these, but the fit and finish on the Dells are really, really nice. Their ultra sharp versions have always been that way.
Yeah, and there's that S9 again, and again, Verge. There's a lot of different blogs out there that are very good. Maybe we'll put those in the description for this if you want to read a little bit more on it. But I think there's going to be some good contenders. Long story short, coming out at CES, we'll try to cover these in a little bit more detail as more specs are released, and hopefully we'll see some good pricing comparisons to what Apple has released that has really dominated the market for the last 18 months, I would say. So throw something in the comments.
If
you're going to buy one of these, great. I would love to hear more about it. Who knows? Maybe we'll stumble across these in a purchase at some point. But watch for more of this at CES. And thanks again for joining us.
Thanks, everybody.